It was December the 1st, 2018, a night that started like any other would end in tragedy. CCTV footage captures 22-year-old Grace Millane, a vibrant, smiling, full of life, stepping out of a bar with Jesse Kempson, a man she had just met on Tinder only hours before. So they laughed, joked, and seemed inseparable. To anyone watching, they looked like a couple destined for a night of fun, unaware of the horrors about to unfold. Within hours, the pair are seen entering a nearby hotel. The door to Jesse's room closes behind them, and that moment on, Grace would vanish from the world she knew. So the next morning was supposed to be her birthday. Instead, her phone remained silent. Calls went unanswered. Messages from friends were left without reply. Days passed, and it was as though she had disappeared entirely from the face of the earth. Her family, desperately and terrified, reported her missing. Her friends posted online, hoping for any clue, any sign. Meanwhile, Jesse moved freely, captured by CCTV in the hotel, carrying cleaning supplies and a large suitcase. A suitcase that would contain evidence of his gruesome crime. What he did next is almost unimaginable. While Grace lay dead, he went about the meticulous work of covering his tracks. He cleaned the hotel room, he purchased a new suitcase, tested it to make sure her body would fit inside, and bought cleaning products to erase any trace of her existence. But Jesse didn't stop there. He had another date lined up, another young woman unaware of the nightmare that had just unfolded in Jesse's hands. He went to the bar wearing the same clothes he had worn when he killed Grace, discussing chillingly with this woman about where to hide a body, sending her fleeing in terror and possibly saving her life. As Grace's family and friends searched desperately, police began piecing together her last known movements. They traced her through hours of surveillance footage, tracking her to Jesse's hotel room. They observed every step, every interaction. By December the 5th, detectives were at the CityLife Hotel, closing in. Jesse's first instinct was to flee, to act casual, but detectives were alert. They apprehended him before he could escape, starting an interrogation that would unravel his carefully constructed lies. He claimed Grace left the hotel alive. He claimed they had engaged in consensual activities.
Tell us about Grace.
So I was talking to Grace on Tinder.
Yeah.
We'd matched on Friday. I saw that we'd matched the next day on Saturday. And then we met at Sky City. And then we decided that we were going up to Andy's Burger Bar, which is on the first floor.
Did they go to that particular burger place?
Me. Because I didn't initially know that she was real.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of... So have you heard of catfish?
No.
So catfishing is where someone uses your profile or uses your photos and pretends to be you and then meets and you're a completely different person.
Right.
And it's on Tinder, it's all about the way you look. And so if they use more endearing photos, you're more likely to swipe for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does meeting in a public place sort of protect you from meeting someone who's not as good looking as...
Well, there's security there. So if she wasn't who she said she was, at least in my mind, I'd feel safe.
She's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well.
Okay.
But she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done it.
They pressed him. Jesse tried to twist the story, claiming Grace had consented to rough sexual activity and that her death was an accident. But his narrative fell apart under the weight of the facts. He had researched methods of hiding a body. He had taken photographs of her, packing her into the suitcase. He planned. He had calculated. Grace's body was discovered on the December the 9th in the Waiteka ranches. She had been strangled. Her body bore bruises on her arms and chest, consistent with being pinned down. Her life had been stolen in a violent way, cold-blooded act of violence. The trial would reveal even more disturbing truth. The defense attempted to use the so-called 50 Shades of Grey argument, claiming Grace had consented to acts that led to her death. But the jury saw through it. The evidence left no room for doubt. Jesse Kempson had murdered Grace Millane. He was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 17 years before parole. Following the trial, 2 more women came forward with allegations that Jesse had assaulted them after meeting on Tinder, resulting in an additional 11 years added to his sentence. Grace's story is more than just a crime. It is a tragic reminder of how quickly life can be stolen, of how an innocent and trust can be met with unimaginable cruelty. She was a young woman with dreams, with a world to explore, a life to live, a future taken too soon. Her family's grief became the voice of a generation, warning others about the dangers that can lurk behind a seemingly charming smile, a well-crafted profile, a friendly message. Grace's life, though cut short, has left an undeniable mark on the world. A story of beauty, joy, and ultimately heartbreaking loss. Every detail, every action taken by Jesse Kempson after her death paints a chilling picture of a man who could kill without remorse, plan without hesitation, and carry on as though nothing had happened. From the moment he met Grace to the moment she was found in the woods, every action was calculated. See, Grace Millane's story is not just a tale of murder. It is a lesson in vigilance, a warning about the darkness that can be hidden behind the most ordinary faces. It reminds us that life is fragile, trust is precious, and the evil can wear a familiar, even a friendly face. I hope you enjoyed this story, and our prayers go out to Grace Millane's family. Until next time.